Hey, welcome in, guys.
We are Pakleds.
Can I help you find something?
We look for things.
Well, what are you looking for?
We need help.
We got power converters, we got phasers,
Things we need. Things that make us go. We look for things.
we got transporters, we got food replicators,
We look for things.
we got warp nacelles,
Uh-huh.
we got some Geordie LaForge glasses, we got an emotion chip. Wanna try that out? What can I help you find?
We are far from home. Our ship is the Mondor. It is broken. We look for things.
You said that. So what are you looking for, specifically?
Things we need. Things that make us go. We look for things. We look for things.
What's wrong with your ship?
Our ship is the Mondor. It is broken. We are far from home. We look for things.
I heard you the first time.
We look for things. We look for things. We look for things.
Say we look for things one more time.
We look for things.
Say it again, I dare you.
We look for things.
Space. The final frontier. Star Trek really freaks me out and stuff.
Oh, hello, Starfleet Academy Dropout. My name's Adam, and
I like Star Trek.
so I recently watched The Samaritan Snare from Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 2, Episode 17. This is a great episode. I mean, who doesn't love the Pakleds? These guys, they're adorable. Look at their eyebrows and their facial expressions and their outfits. It's awesome. I feel like Kanye West designed their outfits. It's really good. It doesn't show really their footwear, but I bet they're wearing Yeezys.
We are Pakleds.
Little tricksters is what they are, hence the name, Samaritan Snare.
We look for things.
I also look for things. It seems like every morning, I'm constantly looking for my cell phone and keys. I try to prepare the night before, I have my backpack ready, my water, my lunch, all packed up ready to go, but every morning without fail, I'll spend 5-10 minutes going through all the rooms, going through the kitchen. I need to invest in a hook, so I don't sound like a Pakled every morning. I look for things! Where are my keys? I'm looking for things! I guess we got that in common. What did Riker say? What?
Don't they seem a little slow?
They may merely have poorly developed language skills.
But this episode, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely not in any list of the best episodes of Star Trek. It's not even in my top 10 episodes. It's just a fun one that I always seem to forget about until I'm binging it. And I'm like, oh yeah, this episode, the Pakleds. Oh, this is such a great episode. I love these guys.
Nothing the Pakleds have said or done has been sincere.
Well, I'll go ahead and try and recap this episode in 60 seconds or less. Start that timer. So the show opens up with Wesley all excited about going to take his Academy entrance exam on Starbase 515. Next, you see Picard, a little cranky boy in this episode, in sick bay, talking about his heart condition. For those who don't know, Picard was stabbed by a Nausicaan. Anyway, he has to have futuristic open heart surgery, and he doesn't want Pulaski to do it because he doesn't want anybody on board to know that he's mortal. And so he schedules an appointment on Starbase 515, along with Wesley. So he approaches Wesley and says, we're gonna carpool, road trip, woo! Meanwhile, the Enterprise gets a distress call from the Mondor, and it's the Pakleds. And these guys, these adorable group of misfits, they kept saying, our ship's broken, we look for things. Finally, Geordie's like, you know what, I can fix it. He rounds up his tools, he gets a nice tool bag over there, beams on over, the Pakleds kidnap him, and it's a whole ordeal. It's a psychological stand down between the Enterprise and crew and those Pakled goons that are holding Geordie for ransom. They do some Star Trek movie magic and basically trick the tricksters. They lower the shields, admit that they're not strong. Those little cocky Pakled, silly goofball boys. They rescue Geordie. They get a distress call from Starbase 515. And, they haul ass over there. And Picard wakes up on the operating table in the recovery room and sees Pulaski. And Pulaski tells him, hey, guess what? I'm the specialist that did your surgery. He says, thank you. And that's how the show wraps. It's It's a good episode. Not great. Self-contained, which I like. And well, it was a lot of fun. Anything that has to do with Pakleds and Star Trek science and trickery, I love. It's a great episode. Go watch it, rewatch it. Then listen to this. You already listened to this. Just go rewatch it. It's a lot of fun.
Do you have anything else on them?
They are a relatively benign species.
Alright, let's talk about my biggest takeaways from this episode. First is fashion. Just look at Picard. In a surgical gown, which is like orangey red crushed velvet, and he's got like a do-rag on, and it's pretty good. The next are the Pakleds. They are the hype beasts of the Alpha Quadrant. Just look at the way they're dressed. It's this awesome monochromatic earth tones. It's like the fashion I like. It's a blend of like workwear and comfort. They look comfy, even though they're wearing like are they wearing welding gloves? What's going on here? Also, what do you think Pakled women look like? I know we got to see some of them. We got to see some of them in Lower Decks, but I'd like to see a live action. I'd like to see what kind of makeup and outfits that they'd wear. I mean, if it were up to me, it'd be some like sexy monochrome, form-fitting, thinking something of a 7 to 9, maybe a Deanna Troi. Unkempt eyebrows, the whole shebang. But my biggest takeaway from this episode is, I guess, these tricky little Pakleds, I guess they're not little, these tricky Pakleds are digging up some underlying trust issues in me. Like, if I see somebody in these monochromatic clothes, these unkempt eyebrows, messed up grills, like, I don't trust you. I know what you did to Geordi. Try to kidnap him. A little fire in the sky. You trying to touch his butt? We look for things in your colon. Sorry, I have a sense of humor of a 12-year-old. That's where I stopped. Maturing emotionally, physically. Different story. I'm a giant 12-year-old. Another takeaway is, just stay healthy. Don't get in bar fights. Don't mess up your heart. You only got one heart, and guess what? We don't live in the Star Trek universe where we can just shine a flashlight over it. Get shit checked out. And also, don't be too prideful. If you have an awesome doctor on board the ship you're serving on, just have them do your heart surgery. Don't Picard this whole thing. Don't make a fiasco out of it.
How to speak.
Well, are you ready for your Klingon lesson of the week? I've been on this Family Matters kick, so I'm going to teach you how to say Family Matters in Klingon. Because, who knows, you might be hanging out with some Klingons, and you're like, what's your favorite show? And you could tell them in their own dialect that you love Steve Urkel, and you love the Winslows. Eddie Winslow, America's sweetheart. Love that guy. Big guy. And that dimey, Laura Winslow. What's up, Laura? So the word family in Klingon is Kordu. Matters is hap. Kordu hap. That's how you say family matters in Klingon. So if Worf ever asks you, hey buddy, what's your favorite show? You just gotta say, Kordu hap. And be like, yeah man, family matters is the shit. Agreed. Today's a good day to die. Defend yourself. Blood wine. Prune juice. Warrior's drink.
Report.
Well, I hope you had fun listening to this episode. Hope you learned a little something. And, well, if you're looking for a goofy podcast to burn up some time while you're at work or driving, check out The Dad Fights. It's a podcast I do with my best friend Jeremy, where we take 2 television dads each week and make them fight for fun. We do turn-based style fighting, like a tabletop gaming. We use a D8. And it's a lot of fun. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts. Also, if you'd like to start a podcast yourself, use Buzzsprout. It's an awesome website where you can upload your audio to one place and it distributes it out to all the podcatchers. There's a link in the description if you want to start one yourself. I guess to close it out, let's hear the Family Matters theme song, because that song just fucking slaps. Here it is. TGIF for life.
television, this day and age, to read any good news on the news.